Hello, gut nerds. Dave Mayo here from hackergut.com, and today we're going to talk about the key to hitting your goal weight and 10 tips on how to get there. So, 'tis the season. It's January 3rd today, and it's that time of year. People are making their New Year's resolutions. They're all trying to lose weight. You know, the standard stuff. And I just thought it would be a good time to discuss with people the key to finding their goal weight. Now, a lot of people are kind of confused with this. It's not, starving yourself. It's not exercising more. Ultimately, the key to finding and reaching your goal weight is weight management, and people suck at this. So what do I mean by weight management? Everybody can lose weight. For the next 3 months, a good number of people are going to lose 10, 15, 20, possibly even 30 pounds. People don't have a problem with losing weight. What they have a problem with is managing their weight throughout the year. And what ultimately ends up happening year over year is that at the end of each year, they weigh more than they did the year before. And so a lot of people take this as, them not being good at weight loss, but that's not the problem. It's that they're not looking at their weight in the long game. They're only looking in the short game. They're going to January 1st, they're going to turn things around, and then by summer, they're going to be their goal weight. And then, of course, summer, they're going to spend the entire time kind of upping that weight past the goal weight. Then, Halloween will come, then Thanksgiving will come, and then Christmas will come. And that will bump their weight up. And that's the problem. It's a year-round process. It's not simply a few months out of the year. You can't expect to lose weight 3 months out of the year and not care the other 9 months and reach your goal weight. You can't really attain goals when you're only kind of partially motivated to attain them. Now, another important factor here is that diet is more important than exercise. And how you get there on the diet perspective is going to be different for everybody. But if we're looking at this in terms of how can we get to our weight loss goal, weight management is the key. Year-round paying attention and managing your weight. So now we're going to talk about 10 tips to help you manage your weight throughout the year. First, to start off, have a weight that you will not exceed no matter what. This will almost always be the weight you weigh between Christmas and New Year's or on New Year's Eve day. Pick this weight and never exceed it. Never exceed it. I'll give you an example. I like to weigh 185 pounds. My weight that I do not like to exceed is 193 pounds. If I keep it below that, I can always get to one. I can get to 185 in a week. Almost any time out of the year because I'm never exceeding that 193 pounds. Now, when you're comparing, a lot of people like to compare their weight in January to like March, April, or whenever they end up quitting their exercise habits. Compare December 31st to December 31st. Pick your worst weight of the year and compare the two. So that's it. Pick a weight, don't exceed it, and chances are on December 31st or January 1st, you're going to be around that weight. So make sure you're not above it, and don't let yourself get above it at any other point during the year. Pick goals with no wiggle room. Don't say I'm going to be more physically active. Don't say I'm going to go to the gym. Say I'm going to get 10,000 steps a day, or I'm going to work out with weights 3 times a week and do cardio 2 times a week, or whatever. Very specific goals, no wiggle room. It's pass fail. You don't get an A, a B, a C minus. You either do it or you don't do it. Those are your best goals. It's a lot easier to kind of assess your progress that way as well. Find a diet that leads to calorie restriction. Again, this is going to be different for everybody, but calorie restriction is necessary for weight loss. You do not have to count calories. I have not counted calories probably in 15 years. I have no interest in doing it. I've done high carb, low carb. I'm currently doing high carb. I've done keto, Mediterranean, paleo. I've done a ton of different diets, and whatever diet gets you to feel satiated at a lower calorie load and brings your weight down is the diet that's best for you for attaining your goals. It's going to be different from everyone. Next one, exercise is a health tool. It is not particularly effective for weight loss. It can be good for maintaining weight loss once you've attained it. So don't look at, don't look at the number of calories you burn in an exercise bout, because it's really not all that useful for you. A good chunk of that is just you being alive anyway, so I wouldn't worry about exercise as a weight loss tool. Find Find and or create a support team that can motivate you and keep you on track. This could be just a bunch of work friends that you are also kind of at the same time trying to undertake the same journey. This can be family members. This can be a personal trainer, a registered dietitian, or somebody that you use, a health coach, to help you attain your goals. Build a good support team so that when you need support, you can get it. Expose yourself to a range of ideas and ideologies. I follow keto people, carnivore people, vegan people. My diet is essentially an omnivorous Mediterranean diet, but I follow a lot of different people. Same with exercise. I'm not particularly fond of CrossFit, but I follow a lot of CrossFit people. I'm certified from the National Strength and Conditioning Association as a certified strength and conditioning specialist. And I can tell you, I mean, every single day I'm exposed to something that I've never been exposed to on the exercise front. And a lot of times it's from people doing CrossFit or things that I may not necessarily think are right for me, but they do have some good ideas in there as well. That same goes for diet. Again, I follow keto people. Actually, some of the foods that I currently eat, I would have thought I never really would eat, but I was exposed to them through people eating different diets than the one that I eat. The more time you invest up front, kind of in the preparation or conceptual phase, the less time you will spend later. I don't count calories. I have a pretty standard. I follow my program. Breakfast is essentially the same every day. I always have a salad and leftovers from dinner the night before for lunch, and then I'll have dinner. So we're really only kind of having one thing change from day to day, and it's still following the same kind of plan, a protein source, a starch source, a fibery starch source, and then, kind of something like greens, which, are high in phytonutrients and things of that nature. That's basically what I follow for every meal. I try to get, the full color of the rainbow every single day. But it's important to point out that you do have to be mindful while you're investing your time. A lot of people just do stuff and don't really pay attention, and they don't really pick up anything. So if you do keto, but keto doesn't necessarily work out great for you for your weight loss goals, there are things you could have learned from keto that you bring with you when you move on to the next thing, which is another important point. And the next tip: don't be afraid to change course. If something is not working, if you're doing a diet and you hit a wall for a few weeks, don't have any problem with changing up. Same with exercise, or again, that's a health tool. But if you get bored with something, don't have any problem with changing things up. As long as you're being compliant and you are exercising and you are following a diet that can help you lead to a healthy weight, you're good to go. So don't feel, again, I've gone from paleo to low carb paleo to keto to Mediterranean. I've done South Beach. I've done different types of cyclical keto. I've done a ton of different types of diets. What works for me is the one I'm doing now. And again, basically omnivorous Mediterranean. Forget willpower. Forget about willpower altogether. Put yourself into positions where you don't need to use willpower. What do I mean by that? If you like chocolate, don't have chocolate in the house. If you are going to allow yourself to snack, make yourself go out to get the snack, because there's a good chance if it requires some effort, you're not really going to do it because you're going to have time to think about it. So don't forget about willpower. Just put yourself in situations where you don't need to use it. And finally, don't neglect the psychological aspects of eating. If you're a stress eater, pay attention to these things. Pay attention to cues that may cause you to overeat or kind of to go make improper food choices. Don't forget about these things. Don't ignore them. They are really important. And ultimately, whether you're talking about the stress management portion of weight loss, the dietary portion of weight loss, the exercise or health benefits, things of that nature, the most important thing is compliance. It doesn't matter how good your program is. If you don't follow it, it will not be successful. So thank you very much for listening. We're going to do a couple of these since it is the time of the year. We're going to talk about what I do for cardio and kind of how I manage my weight. So I hope you enjoyed this. Any questions, pop them in the comment section below. Thank you.